Welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. Today's expression, 杠精. It probably came to my vision or awareness of this new expression a few years ago when internet people's peculiar behavior on the internet became a thing. Before, when we were just thrown into the social media age, we don't really know, like, have any self-awareness or reflective thinking about how people behave differently when they are in this virtual world versus in reality, right? It's sort of a community, but it's a digital community. You don't really connect to people, and you can be staying anonymous, at least back then. So 杠精 is a new kind of a label people create to describe the whole set of internet user behavior, which is, okay, bar. We use the bar to describe somebody. Well, because we have the expression called 抬杠, which is holding your side of the bar higher, or the other side have to hold even higher. So there is this bar seesawing movement that create this tension. That's kind of a verbal debate or dispute, things like that. That's related to the 杠 and the 精. When somebody becomes a spirit, it's like they embody that argumentative personality, almost like that's their online personality. Probably they have a tendency to be quiet in real life, therefore they leash out on people online. We don't know. I mean, it's humans complex, but Chinese use spirit to mean that person represent the ethos of the 杠, like who like to just counter your point. Whatever you're saying, they are going to counter you. So that's a Chinese way altogether. 杠精, I think it's equivalent to the English trolls. So I guess trolling is more and more as a term, as a label, as super simplification of human behavior online. Also, that's the Chinese version. Okay, so 杠, it turned out, it's a particular furniture part, which is, well, described by the dictionary, what I call mid-history dictionary. It's the somebody about 2,000 years ago summarized all the characters. And this was about the horizontal wood serving as a bar in front of the bed frame. So it's like, go figure. It's definitely not a contemporary bed we are used to. I don't see any bars except for the headboard, right? Some may have footboard, but along the side, there's no horizontal bars to, I mean, unless it's a baby crib. But I guess in ancient times, people came up with this device to prevent people rolling over down to fall off their bed. I don't know. Never seen that. And I tried to dig it out through some research. Couldn't find any bed frame, even if it's claimed to be, old style. I don't see a bar there. So up to interpretation, but how Chinese describe this particular part of a bed frame is we are using the wood symbol because most likely it's made of wood or bamboo or rattan. And so this wood symbol, and actually all of those, wood, bamboo, rattan, can be all categorized as a type of wood because it's a plant-based, right? So we use this canopy, root, trunk, 3 strokes to super simplify a plant that has the visible part above the ground and the root pointing down. It's almost like a mirror image, except a Chinese, if you look at it carefully, the root is slightly bigger than the top. I mean, it's reasonable, right? Otherwise, it's going to be fallen in a hurricane. you better stabilize it, deep-rooted, deeper than the canopy. So that's how Chinese view wood is a holistic view, not just the visible portion. We're fully aware the root of the tree. Okay, the right side, two horizontal lines with one vertical line create 4 right angles. So this perpendicular structure was said to be an ancient craftsman's tool, or you can regard it as ancient engineer's tool to when they build stuff to make sure it's perfectly perpendicular. And this perfectly perpendicular paired with wood then became this horizontal bar. So we can only ask for interpretation of how that bar probably serve a purpose, and then probably got to be perfectly perpendicular somehow. Okay, Jing, we have a full episode dedicated to this spirit, or in other case, it can be translated as essence, because, I mean, if it's the essence of something, we can regard it, that's the spirit of something, that's a representation of the whole thing, right? Simplify it to almost like a dot. Okay, so the spirit came from the rice symbol on the left side, which is a quadrant. Within each quadrant, we have one rice, and it's a categorization of rice. Because you can imagine in ancient times, rice is the main food source, and for farming society, the classification of rice is going to determine the pricing of the rice. It's going to determine the livelihood of that farming community. So it's super sensitive to that. So rice classification eventually became the symbol for rice. Okay, right side is life on the top. Trident is the plant. 2 horizontal lines symbolize the root going down through the ground. And then the second horizontal line means it's still rooted, means something it's still alive. And then at the bottom is the opening of the earth. Okay, that's the mining entrance. I've never been to a mine. I would imagine for the miners to go down into the earth below the surface, there got to be an opening. And so those 2 horizontal lines serve that purpose of almost like prong the earth open. And then this one single dot in there means there are mines or minerals or something valuable to humans that we try to excavate from underground. And the whole thing depicts the mining, opening, and then symbolize the minerals coming out of the earth. And we use minerals a lot to as a pigment. So on the top we have the life, and the bottom we have mining / pigment, right? And then that's combined together is the color or the pigment of life. Chinese actually use this color on both mountain and water. 2 of my favorite things in nature. I mean, basically that you can use that on your landscape drawing for either above as a mountain or a water surface. And I mean, no surprise, because it's full of life, right? Either in the land or in water. And Chinese paired that, the color of life, with rice, means that rice is the best kind of rice. It's full of life just by looking at the color of the rice, or in this effort of classification of rice, how old the rice, I'm pretty sure, not only the type of rice, the size of the rice, the quality of the rice, but the age of the rice, right? So this color of life depicted is probably new rice. That's probably preferred rice, right? And together they became the representation of the best, the top, the essence of somebody. I guess I hope that's how humans or society try to define somebody, to say the spirit of something or essence of something. Better pick, sample the best part of that thing, right? Of person. So 杠精 altogether is a Chinese way to say troll in English. And when I search troll, this is the picture. I think that's a cute troll made of wood. There you go. Thank you for your time. See you next.